Hello, hello everyone. That was a weird sound. Oh my gosh. What? Elf is trying something new today. You will notice every little sound you make from now on. Pog. This is gonna be horrible, isn't it? I'm gonna become like hyper aware of every single sound I make, and I'm gonna be so self-conscious. Oh my god. How do people who do this regularly survive that? ASMR elf spotted. Wow, sugoi. Right now I kinda have like my mic in monitor mode as well as output mode so I can hear what you guys are hearing. But it's a bit weird because there's like a delay. So I can hear myself like half a second after I say something, and it's weird. Hey, it's like pancakes. The first one is always a throwaway. The next one will be better. Yeah, fair. Yeah, the echo delay. I know, it's so weird. The delay is confusing. Can you guys hear it? I muted the desktop audio, so you guys shouldn't be able to hear it, but just checking. No? Okay. I may. Once again, you're going live while I'm at work. Hope your studying has been going fine. Bro, I tried studying yesterday as well, and my brain was just not cooperating. It was so hard to stay focused. Pain. Okay, yeah, you guys are just gonna have to deal with hearing all of the, like, chair creaking. There's a lot of chair creaking. My chair is so fucking creaky. We'll see how long I can actually survive the, like, whispering as well. This is gonna be interesting. But yeah, basically I've wanted to, like, try ASMR for quite a while now, in some shape or form, and I figured since we're doing study streams this week and they're not super duper exciting, we might as well spice it up a little bit and try something new. So, I don't really know how this is audio quality wise. There's also no directionality to it. Is that the chair creaking or your knees when you bend them? Okay, fuck off. Oh my god, bro, I was actually like trying yesterday to follow this video I saw on TikTok on like how to shake your ass, and I could not. And when I tried, I kid you not, my knees were literally creaking. And I was just like, I'm trying to be sexy. Unlubricated knee joints are not sexy. Apparently, whispering for a long time can actually hurt your throat, so don't push yourself too far. Okay. Yeah, this is actually true. Should not be doing it too much. Hi, Miaoi, konnichiwa. Oh my gosh. Can you guys hear me putting on hand cream? I hope you can't. I thought you could already shake your ass. I'm very stiff. I'm not very good at it. You need some fish oil on those knees, girl. Yeah, I know. I wonder if you guys can hear it when I drink water. Let's see. I guess you can kind of hear it. I'll try to do it quietly. Fuck. You guys are gonna be able to hear everything. If I like try to crack my bones, can you hear it too? Oh, you can. But hello everyone. This is the setup for today. I'm gonna try to study get some stuff done. You saw that? I should just hide away from you. I also decided to not have my VTuber model on today, since last time, whenever I like look down at the table, it would kind of glitch out and spaz out a bunch. So we're doing Fuki. Kawaii desho. I'm just gonna stretch real quick. Let's see if you guys can hear the bones cracking then as well. Because I always like my bones crack whenever I do stretches. It's so. God, I feel so old. Okay. Okay. It's almost like we're being naughty in the library with whispering. I know, right? That's an idea for the future. Like, oh, you're studying together with your classmates at the library and you're being a bit naughty. Yeah. Naughty in what way? Well, wouldn't you like to know? Hold on, write that down, write that down. Can you hear this? No, I don't think you can. Maybe if I write with like a normal lead pen instead of a ballpoint. If I take this normal. Oh, wait, does the mic actually pick up on that? Oh, wait. Oh, sugoi. Hold on, if I hold it up closer to the microphone, can you hear more? Oh my god. Wow. Thank you so much for the follow, Smoke Supra. Arigato. Follow arigato ne. It's gonna be so hard to edit this interview now. Nande? Why? Why am I making it hard to focus? Oh. But okay, let's see. I have some stuff that I wanna do today. I wanna finish going through this. I'm hearing you twice. Oh yeah, that's fair, actually. Dore. 1 May is already too much. What do you mean? There's no such thing as too much May. I'm amazing. Duh. You'll also get some of that juicy, like, mouse clicking and keyboard typing ASMR. Like, for example, if I do. You can kind of hear that, right? Oh. You just say amazing. Yes. Always. She's cringe. What the fuck, bro? You're not wrong, but shut up. Bitch. I had such a lazy morning today. Just doom scrolling for 2 hours before getting up and actually having breakfast. Yawning ASMR, yep. I also figured that today I might try doing things a bit differently and also using you guys as my rubber duck. The whole rubber duck thing is like a big thing in programming, where programmers will like just yap about their code to a rubber duck to kind of work their way through a problem. And I will use you guys as my rubber ducky. And like, how do you say it? I guess I will try to memorize stuff by talking about it out loud. Rubber Fuwatomo, exactly. Rubber dog, so Placid Duck Simulator or Rubber Bad Dragon. Okay, now the. Oi, stay focused. Can you guys hear like the fishing? By the way, I don't think you should be able to because I've muted my desktop sound because I'm watching like some videos as well. Fish. Kawaii. I like the fishing thing, it's so freaking cute. So requirements for a business to be allowed to buy in and sell over-the-counter medicine. They have to apply for it and do like send in an application and report to the Swedish version of the FDA. I don't know. It's called in Sweden. It's called Läkemedelsverket, which I guess means like medicine administration or something. If you want us to, I think you can add a separate audio track for the app specifically. Oh, I suppose. How do you do that though? Fishing, fish phone. In the audio, add new audio source and put it to that app specifically. Audio application, audio capture, I guess. Fish phone, audio. Did you change the notification redeem volume? Yes. I should probably turn off the sound alerts. Otherwise it's gonna be one hell of a jump scare, this is true. Sound alerts, yeah. Oh no, why would you do that? Why would you? Stop that, stop it, stop that. Shut the fuck up. Why? Just to prove a point. Bish. Fuck. That was so loud. Bikrista. Okay. Here we go. How to troll Elf 101. I hate you guys so much. Oh my god. Okay. Since the fish phone thingy isn't actually its own application, it's just a browser source, I'm not sure if I can actually, like, do that thingy. I have an excess of points since we got robbed of the squad redeems. I'm sorry. Gomenasai. You can. You can you? Audio output capture, maybe. No, it's not that. Because application audio capture is only for like actual apps on your thingy. Michael. I guess it's fine. Other requirements for businesses that are not pharmacies to be allowed to sell medication is that all of the medicine has to be clearly marked as being like over-the-counter medicine. You're only allowed to be 18 or older to buy it, so children can't buy it. has to be like out of reach for children. Has to be either locked up or behind a counter, always under supervision. Yes. And then the businesses also have to pay like a yearly fee to be allowed to keep on selling their stuff. And then Läkemedelsverket Vad fan betyder det? I'll right-click the browser source, go to its properties, to control audio via OBS. Oh, properties. Oh, it's good. Okay. Oh, そっか. Okay. So then the fish font thingy. But do you guys actually want to have the fish phone audible, or? Right now I have it like pretty low as well. I guess it's like a pretty inoffensive sound. I think it's fine like that. Okay. Cute. Why did it also fish in the like lurk bait? Lurk bait should only be activatable by like channel points. This truly feels like baby's first ASMR. I have no idea what I'm doing. My respect for ASMR people has gone up by a lot. They're both the same command. Yeah, I guess. You're doing good. Arigato. I just wonder if like this is relaxing for people. And this is basic ASMR, yeah. The most basic of basic ones. But I think it's kinda nice. Only way you can really screw up ASMR is by making loud noises and hurting our ears, and you're not doing that. Yeah, fair. ASMR. Killing you with a frying pan. Bong, 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 bong. Oh, hi, honey. Welcome home. Oh my god, what the fuck are you? I want to do one of those silly videos at some point. Although I guess it wouldn't be very ASMR. Naturläkemedel. Vissa utvärderingar. official. Best of luck studying, otherwise you'll scare with loud noises. Please don't. On the contrary, look up cursed ASMR. It's actually not as bad as you would think. Cursed ASMR. I mean, I've seen ones that are cursed in the sense of, like, you know, Alpha comes over to breed his little Omega ASMR. Wait, cursed ASMR. Cursed ASMR eye exam. Boyfriend crashes car and fucking dies. Girlfriend gives you vocal lessons and you shoot her to death. ASMR. ASMR. Goofy dies in a car crash while listening to Post Malone. MP3. Oh, even Kelly has done cursed ASMR. Huh? You can truly find anything on the internet. Cursed ASMR. Lord Farquaad gives you a makeover. Boyfriend gambles all his money away and gets shot to death. ASMR. Boyfriend falls down a flight of stairs into oncoming traffic. ASMR. Girlfriend summons Mahoraga and you fucking die. ASMR. Oh my god. Girlfriend accidentally lights all the fireworks and fucking dies. Or how about, like, ASMR rubbing my feet on the microphone? Have I seen the new Kefka Ultimate? I've seen a little bit. I've seen that, like, you can fail it but still get, like, a fake clear and you're forced to leave the instance. So that's kind of interesting. I think that's like if you fail some sort of puzzle. Kefka is just an absolute troll. But what's interesting about Kefka is the fact that, like, in the Japanese version of 6 originally, his character was actually quite serious and simply nihilistic, but not actually, like, clownish or wacky woo crazy. But in the English translation, they give him so much added characterization by making him, like, absolutely batshit insane and unhinged. And I guess that version of Kefka was more memorable to people. And so now that's, like, basically the canon version of Kefka, which is really interesting. I like how during the fight, if you perfectly solve one of his puzzles, he says something like, I see this isn't your first time. Like, he's aware you're trying to fight him over and over. Oh, I like that. Wow. There's an untapped market there. VTuber peels open fruit with her feet. ASMR. Of course you would go there. Of course, yeah. You should do it before Vadi steals it from you so you can be the trailblazer. I will be permanently marked as the feet VTuber, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. The cutscene into phase 3, he grabs the camera like a vlogger and talks to us. Oh my god. Sugoi. have so many pens. Fucking hell. Oh, look, sunscreen. Working at the pharmacy is great because, like, we have so many samples of skincare, so I can just nab a bunch because we literally have them in like hundreds and no one uses them, so I will. So I always have like portable hand cream or sunscreen or moisturizer or something around, which is great for travel or to just have in your purse. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck my sharpeners are. Oh well, whatever. Hi, sweetie candy. Conva. Thank you so much for the resub. Wow, I appreciate it a lot. Not sure if it's right, but if you have a mascara pen, you can use the sharpener for that as a pencil sharpener. Oh, you mean like an eyeliner? Yes, yes, yes. I don't really use eyeliner though, to be honest. I know I have like sharpeners somewhere. I just don't know where. Oh. Oh, by the way, did I ever tell you guys about this? Ikapok, or can I cuddle with you? Konfa, welcome, welcome in. But have I told you guys about the fact that, like, when one of my friends went to Japan last year, I think, yes, last year, they got me and a bunch of other friends souvenirs, and one of the souvenirs that he got me was an omamori for, like, traffic safety for me to have when I play Euro Truck Sim. Whatever could he possibly have meant by that? Oh, I don't know. Oh my god, I actually found my sharpener. Holy shit, huge. Scoy. This is an old, like, post-it note that I got from a friend with an IOU and his phone number, and then he wrote in the corner, within reason and my values. It was like, I guess I'd done him a favor or something, and he felt that was, like, that warranted giving me an IOU. I genuinely had never gotten one of those before, and had to look up what the hell that was. What the hell that even was. But that was kind of fun. Oh, also, guys, I actually bought the 2B cosplay at long last. It's happening. 2B cosplay is happening. I'm so excited. Holy shit. I look forward to that. That's gonna be so fun. Since that was a goal from last year's Fuwaton, 2B cosplay is happening. I actually wonder if that's shipped yet. I figured it would take a while for it to ship, but know, right? Yeah, what the fuck? A shipment from your order is on its way. What? How? I thought that it would take like at least a couple of weeks for it to ship. Bruh. All in all, it was actually pretty cheap. How is it already on its way? What? Hello, NPC. Convoy. ASMR. Yes, we are. It's baby's first ASMR. I'm gonna try to see. I'm gonna try to sharpen my pen to see if you can like hear it. Dore, dore. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's actually pretty nutty. Don't tickle my brain like that. Oh, I will. Hold on, get that brain over here. I'm gonna get that wrinkly Fuwatomo brain and just go. I guess we'll see when the 2B cosplay shows up. It would be really fun if it showed up like in time for NatCon, because then I could wear it at NatCon. Oh, that would be kind of fun. Also very warm, but hope you're having a great day. Thank you. I'm having a wonderful day. This is my first attempt at like live ASMR. It's not much, but it's something. I'm testing things out. You'll work in the background. Yatta! Do so. guys can also hear like the paper, right? Oh. Oh, that's hot. That's nice. I love the sound of like paper and books. Have I ever told you guys about the fact that whenever I buy a book, I love sniffing it? Like, I love the smell of paper. The smell of paper and ink and books. Like, whenever I've bought a book, I'll just like shove my nose in there and just. They smell so nice. Books smell so nice. I know, right? And this is nice. Oh, this sounds nice. You do that with cards, specifically Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Oh yeah, like sometimes, mostly as a joke, whenever I like crack open a booster pack, a cheeky little booster from the LGS, I'll like crack it open and just go. You also used to do tires. New tire smell is so refreshing. Oh, I did not like the smell of like tires or cars. For me, new cars, like brand new cars, have this very specific smell of like, I don't know, rubber, leather, something. It makes me gag. I don't like it. So whenever I sit in like a very fresh new car, I always like have to suppress the urge to like low-key vomit. It's What about octane, the fuel? I like the smell of that. Fuel, I'm also not a huge fan of smell-wise. I'm like honestly quite particular when it comes to smells. I feel like I'm very sensitive to smells. If it's a pleasant smell, I really like it. But if it's unpleasant, I cannot be around it at all. The source of it. I actually, like as a little birthday present for myself, got a perfume for the first time. I've actually never really had a perfume ever. Also, because like working in healthcare, you're not allowed to have perfumes, so I wouldn't really get many opportunities to actually use it. But I got it as a little like, if hashtag treat yourself, and I realized that I have expensive taste, like extremely expensive taste. I got a perfume from Le Labo Thé Noir, so it smells like black tea. When I went perfume shopping, I was just like, okay, I want something that smells like tea. So I did. And it's so nice. Whenever I spray it on myself and like get a whiff, I'm like, oh my god, this smells so good. That definitely sounds refined. I mean, it's like marketed in French, but I think the brand is actually American. I could be wrong. Hold on, let me check. Le Labo. Okay, I guess maybe it originated in France, but nowadays it's based in the US and like New York, so it's nothing too exciting. But I also just love their very minimalist, like almost medicinal packaging. engaging. I feel like I vibe with it, you know? Let me show you. Oh, that's big. Ah. This is what I'm talking about. Initial. It looks nice, doesn't it? I quite like it. So if you ever wanna like smell like the elf, this is the perfume. But don't get it because that shit was expensive as fuck. Like 15 milliliters was like 100 euros. A full-on bottle of like 50 milliliters. 250 euro, I think, minimum. Yeah, it was kind of expensive. But happy birthday to me. So yeah, I only got a really, really small bottle. They come in 3 sizes. Damn girl, well I got the smallest one, so... I'll get it so I can say, so this is what May's feet smell like, nice. Okay, I may be a freak, but I don't spray my feet with perfume. That's a waste. I only do the like, you know, spraying on like the inside of your wrists and then like rubbing it on your neck. I don't spray my feet with my expensive fucking perfume. Hello, Kyoto. Konfu. How you doing? Okay, anyway. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused. You could, I mean, yes, you could, but no. I do wonder how much that is in US dollars. I mean, for 15 milliliters, which was like the smallest size bottle, it was like 1,000 Swedish crowns, which is, I guess, a bit more than $100. Yeah. But like, even a small bottle lasts a pretty long time. Depends on how often you use it, of course. For me, I only use it like when I have a day off, or when I'm going out, or if I want to like have a confidence boost. That's expensive shit. Yeah, it is. It is. And like a full size bottle of 50 milliliters was like, I guess in freedom units it'd be $300. You'll just look at it, yeah. Or if it's been a while since you've showered. I know I would not use perfume to just cover up the fact that I stink. Then I'd just shower, bro. We both gotta log the fuck in, yeah. Log in. I also got these like little vocabulary flashcard things, so I'm writing down a bunch of different words on there to try to memorize them. Verksamhet. Så. Innefattar. Anskaffning. Export. Leverans. Netherlands, you know what that means. Yep. Hi, Leviathan. Thank you so much for the resub. Arigato. I'm not sure if the, like, DTS was audible. Could you guys hear that? I don't think you could. Or you didn't hear anything? Okay, okay, good. That said, just checking in real quick before heading to the LGS. You have a good one. Ah, thank you. You have fun at the LGS. Wreck them with your awesome decks. Yay! Yeah. I think I'm actually going to just take a small little break and get something to eat and drink, so I will be right back. Yeah. Let's see. most like random combination of foods imaginable right now. I have like yogurt with some granola on top, and then I have some black tea, and then I also have like sliced up gravlax, which is cured salmon. It's kind of random, but yummy. Welcome back, arigato. Think the elf has stream up so she has an excuse in case she gets distracted from studying. Oh no. You misunderstand. If I didn't have stream up right now, I would 100% be more distracted. Because I'd find an excuse to do anything except study. So this is actually like me holding myself accountable. How's the studying going? I mean, it's going okay right now, I guess. I'm just like writing down a bunch of stuff. We'll see. Funny you say that. I know you only have one more stream for this week, but I was gonna bring it up to you that you could do another studying stream if it's helping you. Maybe before, or like Sunday. Maybe, potentially. Who knows? I might otherwise like use the weekend to go outside to study, like at a cafe or something, because I feel like that also helps. Hi Niels, konvo. If it helps you from getting distracted by stuff on your computer, that sounds good. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I get so easily distracted by other stuff on my computer. Which is why, like, when I could study on, like, my laptop back in the day especially, that helped a lot. Because then I had a clear separation from, like, my work or school computer and my fun computer. But my laptop barely functions nowadays. So unfortunately, I kind of have no choice but to use my stationary computer for everything, which is a disaster for my focus. In fairness, my laptop is from 2019. So I got it a while ago. It's seen some shit. It's been through the ringer, truly. I need to fund you a bunch of tech replacements. Yeah. Something, shameless plug of my throne where I have that GPU upgrade thingy sitting. The tea I have today is a Darjeeling. Very nice. Is the elf snoring or sipping on something? Sipping on tea. I got some black tea that I just made, so it's kind of hot, which is why I'm sipping, slurping. Hello, cake boy. Au revoir. It fits the vibe. I was a bit apprehensive about doing this, like, live ASMR since these past couple of days. There's been a lot of, like, drilling and, like, renovation going on in an adjacent apartment. So I was a bit worried that I might have to cut the stream short. But thus far, we've not had any issues, and I hope it stays that way. You make my earwax dance. So do I. Food ASMR, yeah, a little bit as a treat. I know some people get the ick from this, but like I'm hungry, so yeah. I've got some yogurt with granola, so it's got a bit of like, the creaminess and the crunchiness. Can you hear it? Some people like it, some people don't. Can't please everyone, I can feel my ears blinking. Hi, Lenny Pete. Have you tried the playing violin with iron chains and cheese grater ASMR? I see. No, I don't think I have actually. This sounds like an experience. Am I watching a horror movie? What the hell? Is Michael Myers in your house? What? Oh, no. For a milk, hello. Hi. Hi, how you doing? We're trying ASMR for the first time. It's kind of fun. follow alert thing is like super small. Nande. Why are they all so small? What the fuck? Why are they tiny? Oh. At some point or another, I feel like I should probably update my like alerts, animations, and stuff. But that's for another day. 8, no, 700. 700. It's lost. I wonder a bit when it comes to like ASMR if it's good to have some sort of like background ambient sound or music, or if that would detract from the ASMR. It would probably be a detractor, wouldn't it? It would detract, yeah. Okay. Then I know. Depends what you're aiming for. I've seen some where they have the sound of fire crackling in the background. I mean, yeah, that's fair. That's true. I guess it's a bit less ASMR than a more just like ambience. Both are good, I guess. But this is all good. Yatta. Studier. Forskning. Statistik. Epidemiologiska studier. Mönster i förskrivning. Parallellimport. Parallelldistribution. Införsel av läkemedel till Sverige från EES-land. Läkemedel godkänt. Försäljning in both countries. Införsel words av Anna. En tillverkan. Innehavare av godkännandet. Licensläkemedel då. Licensläkemedel. Posture check. Oh, arigato. It's hard to have like a comfy posture. I need to get a better chair still. When I have income, then I will do so many upgrades. Stretch. Oh, let's see. Let's see if the microphone can pick up on it. Oh, it's cracking. see first is always the tits. I walk into frame, boobs first. That is truly the story of my life, Oh man, I sure do love breasting boobily all over the place. I mean, and you'd have it no other way. Yeah, baby. So basically, I'm just repeating this for myself. When calculating goes not sweet. I don't think you're gonna be able to hide them if you tried with this camera angle. Yeah, this is true. The camera angle isn't really doing me any favors. I want to at some point invest in like a top-down camera angle perspective. I'd get some sort of like setup so that I can have the camera straight above the desk. So it's just pointing straight down, because then I can do like cardboard booster pack opening much easier. And if you've got it, then flaunt it. True. You've seen those crates for card openings, yeah. And also like puzzle stuff and like crafting. I want to at some point do like gunpla building. I think that'd be super fun. I think I actually have like a half-built gunpla somewhere that I just never actually finished. That sounds fun. Yay, I know, right? I think one thing you should do if you don't want boobs in frame for pack opening is have a camera on top of your head. Yeah, but then you guys would see everything whenever I move around, and I always move around. So that's also a problem in a way. Hi Björn, how you doing? Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I also have like this. Oh god, that's so dusty. You guys can't really see, hold on. Here. What up? I have like this, for example, that I've just never actually built. So this could be could be a fun stream to do. It's God, what is it even? Shipbuilding. Building Trafalgar Law's submarine. Oh, wait. The ASMR potential. You know those people who do that, like, nail tapping thingy? Yeah. I've actually never opened this. I thought it was a Gundam for Gunpla you have to build. Didn't know it was one piece. Oh no. I have one of those too. Somewhere. I don't know where. I do also have like a Gundam Gunpla. But I actually started building that like when I was in Stockholm visiting some friends a couple of years ago. I remember seeing a tweet from someone who says after doing ASMR a lot, they walk into shops with a whole new perspective for all the things that might be fun tappy noises. Oh yeah! I've actually never opened this before. shit. Bro, look at that. Okay, that's actually beautiful. But we should do this. The ASMR potential, you guys. Yeah, this is just straight up Gunpla, bro. Same setup and everything. And they've got like stickers. Cute. Okay, I'm putting that away. We'll fiddle with that at some point. You ain't got nothing on me. I have a gun block kit that I started back in 2020. I haven't yet to finish. Is the elf getting distracted from studying? No. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't prove anything. Flashbang. Anyway. Eh? In fairness, I've been like studying a fair bit now. I feel like I need a break. Breaks are good and important. Dokana, should we take a little break and do something else? I don't know really what we should do though. What the hell do people typically do when they do ASMR? What's in the ever-living purple elf is going on in here? Studies. That's what's going on. Teach us about pharma. Okay, fair enough. Breaks are important to avoid fatigue. Break can only soak in so much at once. Koala sex noises ASMR would be a new. Okay, no, I can't. That's a villager. Okay, fair enough. ASMR Minecraft villager noises. I'd like to know how much interaction there is between caffeine and Elvan's extended release for dose amounts of 30 milligrams. Okay. You sound like a Gruntilda from Banjo-Kazooie. I can't with this elf. What do you mean? I'm amazing. And you guys find me hilarious and lovely. Right, guys? Right? Let's see, I don't even know if there is any sort of interaction between Elvons and the caffeine, but let me check. We have this wonderful website called Jonas Info, that lets us find information about like different drug interactions. So for example, Elvons, which contains lisdexamphetamine. It's an amphetamine, it's an upper, used for ADHD. And then caffeine. There is no interaction really. No. But let's see. Elvons, or rather, let's see. Lisdexamphetamine. Caffeine interaction. increases blood pressure and heart rate. So like that could do something, but so I guess like combining them could enhance the effects of both. So you'd get like even more of a heart palpitation and a higher blood pressure. Watch out of high cholesterol. Cholesterol and blood pressure are not the same things, actually. Cholesterol is about the fats in your bloodstream, whereas blood pressure is, well, about the blood pressure. But I mean, high cholesterol and high blood pressure are very much correlated, yes. But it can contribute to high blood pressure, though, yeah. I mean, yes, cholesterol, yes, in a way, high cholesterol can, in fact, contribute to high blood pressure in the sense of like, if you have high cholesterol, chances are that your cardiovascular like system will maybe be clogged, or you could have like atherosclerosis, which basically means like there's buildup of stuff on the inside of your veins and arteries. So your bloodstream, like walls, can have stuff kind of clinging to the walls, thus constricting the vessels. Yeah. So, okay, wait, hold on, let me illustrate this actually. For easier understanding. Where do I have? Here. So, for example, a blood vessel would, for example, look like this. This is like a cross section, right? So a blood vessel could potentially look like this. And if you have high cholesterol, what can happen is that like there can be buildup of fat deposits, kind of like on the inside of your arteries. So all of this dark stuff could be, for example, fat deposits clinging to your I guess what do you say, clinging to your epithelium, the walls of your vessels. And if that happens, how is it solved? That's a good question. I mean, if there is, for example, like a complete blockage of a blood vessel. So, for example, like there's just such a huge clot. Yeah, it's sort of like mugging your pipes, not good. Yeah. If there's a huge clot like that, there are some different ways you can fix that. It depends as well on like the origin of the clot. If it's like fat, lipids, cholesterol, then you can get anti-cholesterol stuff, medicines that lower cholesterol. But that obviously doesn't fix the immediate issue of there being a fucking blockage in your blood vessel, right? So, gosh, I'm trying to remember right now. This is completely irrelevant to my test, by the way. But there's something called a stent. I think. I'm not a doctor, so obviously I'm not the expert on this, but there's something called a stent. And if I recall correctly, that basically is like they can insert this kind of like rope, I guess, into your blood vessel like this. So like this is your blood vessel. Blood is trying to flow through, right? Like that. And then this stent can like inflate. Like that. So that they basically open up the that's clogged. Yeah. Your dad had one of those. They push it into place and inflate it to force the thing open. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So that is a thing that you can do. What else? There's also thrombolytics if you have like blood clots. For example, if you get a stroke and stuff like that, which is often it's caused by basically a blood clot blocking brain flow to a part of the brain. And those can happen from, for example, a blood clot appearing in your legs from sitting still a bunch, for example, and then that kind of coming loose and then traveling up the bloodstream to your brain, thus causing deoxygenation, as in a lack of oxygen, to an area of the brain, which is big bad because that will kill the brain cells. And that's extra bad because brain cells have a really, really, really hard time regenerating, unlike basically all other cells in the body. But if that happens, you can use thrombolytics, which will basically dissolve the blood clot. And there's a bunch of different thrombolytics. There's so many different kinds nowadays. I don't remember exactly which ones they typically go for to treat. Let's see. Clot busting medications. Yeah. So stuff that will basically just get rid of the clot. Blood thinners. So you basically, whenever someone has a stroke or some sort of like, yeah, blood clot, I guess, you want to hit them with the like blood busting drug to dissolve the clots ASAP. And then you want to do this within like a time window of just a couple of hours. So it's always extremely, extremely important to know how much time has passed since the symptoms of the stroke appeared. And then later on, to kind of prevent the same thing from happening again, you want to put them on blood thinners like heparin or Eliquis. And there's a lot of different ones nowadays, some more expensive than others. And they all work in slightly different ways. One very commonly used, like blood thinner, that a fair amount of people have, which kind of prevents blood clots of like the red blood cells, or no, the little things that stick together. Oh, what the fuck are they called now again? Platelets. Yes, those are the ones that cause clotting of the blood. Low dose aspirin, which is acetyl salicylic acid, is very commonly used, typically like 75 or 160 milligrams. That will kind of like help prevent, I guess, the platelets from sticking together, because if I recall correctly, it was a couple of years ago that I studied this. Yeah, exactly. You remember platelets from cells at work? Yeah, exactly. They have like little receptors on their surface, platelets, that will want to bind it to each other, I think. And I think aspirin kind of inhibits the binding or something. If you keep platelets from sticking together, you have to be careful about bleeding though. Yeah, exactly. That is also why, basically, for anyone who's on those like anti-platelet or anti-coagulation agents, they typically will have like some sort of necklace or a card in their wallet or something that says like, hey, I am on this anticoagulant agent, so in case of an emergency, emergency healthcare workers will know that this person has a much higher propensity for bleeding and will know what to do to like kind of deal with that. That's also why people who have like anticoagulating agents and such often have a higher propensity for getting like stomach ulcers, as in like bleeding in their stomach. So a lot of the time people who have like a higher propensity for that might also be on like painkillers and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory agents like ibuprofen, naproxen, and stuff like that. That also in itself gives a higher risk of stomach bleeding, because those painkillers will like increase the risk of bleeding and getting stomach ulcers, because they kind of weaken the protective mucus in the stomach lining. So a lot of the time people who have all of these drugs in combination, which a lot of people do, will get kind of like proton pump inhibitors, omeprazole, for example, pantoprazole, esomeprazole, and these help to lower the production of stomach acid, so it's not as sour and low pH in the stomach, to kind of like help protect the stomach lining and prevent these like stomach bleeds. Yeah, omeprazole, yes, exactly. Name brand Nexium, yes. They have different name brands, but Nexium is one of them, yes. I think in Sweden, AstraZeneca has a brand called Losec. And that's also omeprazole. Yeah. But typically a lot of people just have like omeprazole from like a generic brand. So, because it's cheaper. Did we distract her enough, chat? What is the test actually on? The test is on... Look, I have this little, like, flashcards stuff. It's about a lot of different things. It's basically about, like, all laws and rules and regulations pertaining to pharmaceutical practice. Everything. It's about everything, literally. It's about, like, what are pharmacists allowed to do in a healthcare setting? What rules and regulations are there about selling narcotics? What are the rules and regulations for if people want to travel abroad with narcotics and other drugs for that matter? What are the different procedures for like the approval of different drugs before they're able to be sold on the market? So the different kind of like approval methods are the national procedures. These are Swedish though. Nationell procedur, central procedur, ömsesidigt erkännande, and decentral procedur. Let's see, actually, let me look up what they're called in English. Druggies, yeah. So the authorization of medicines centrally within the EU is conducted by the European Medicines Agency, which is EMA. And they typically handle like centralized authorization procedures, which a lot of drugs nowadays go through. But they can also go through like national ones if they simply want to get approval for being sold in a singular country. In which case they just go to the local like ministry for like medicine and stuff, and go like, hey dog, can we sell this? Here's all of our documentation. And then the ministry will like go through all of that and be like, yeah, sure, why not, dog? Or nah, fuck that, you need to like do more research about this, or we need more information about this. The EMA, yeah, FDA in the US. I hope that's your knees on the side of the screen. Up. Yeah, this test is basically the final boss before a pharmacist elf. Yeah, basically. Almost done then. I guess. Some drugs have to be approved via the central procedure, and those are, for example, so-called orphan drugs, which are, if I recall correctly, drugs used for treating extremely rare diseases that only like 5 in 10,000 get. Psych and MD plus Fuwatomos collab when I don't think he even knows I exist. As well as like advanced therapy medicines like gene therapy, tissue engineered medicines, and medicine containing like a completely new active substance that's never been seen before. One day May will let me see the sun again. Nah. Nah, you're stuck here. Let's see. I'll just do that again. Is it advisable to use period blood as salsa? Wait, what? Oh. Please do not. Dear God, why? Period blood is chunky. Oh my God, that is the most vile thing you've ever said. Jesus fucking Christ, guys. Please do not. Do not. Oh my lord. Can that lead to an infection? I mean, the blood has already been expelled from the body. And if you ingest it like orally via the mouth, it's not like you're getting it like inside your bloodstream or anything, unless you pour period blood onto an open cut, which, why would you do that? I mean, recycling. Oh, shut the fuck up, bro. Oh, that's so. No. What if that blood has like HIV or something? I mean, yeah, in that case. But if it's someone who is STD free, then I guess there's no risk in that sense. But I still wouldn't advise consuming blood. Raw blood, that is. And human blood at that. Moon blood has got healing properties if you spray over it and give it magic crystals. May will never have an STD, she's a Fujoshi. Oh! Damn. I mean, you're not wrong on either of those, but those statements are not related. They are objectively correct separately. But also, just because I'm a Fujoshi, that doesn't mean I don't have sex. Nah, it's causal. Okay, shut the fuck up, bro. You should be happy for that in all honesty. I mean, in a way, I guess. That's beside the point though, right? Oh, yeah. Hello, smart elf. Hello, hello. How you doing? There's a fly. I don't know where it is. It disappeared. I don't think I grabbed it. Do you guys ever try to catch a fly with your bare hands when you see it? I do that. Sometimes you just don't have the time to go grab the fly's water. You know? All the time, you're good at it. Hey, should I hire you as my personal fly catcher? You know, the absolute worst thing is in the summer when you're trying to go to sleep, and then just as you're about to doze off and disappear, drift off into CCC land, you just hear this annoying little buzzing somewhere in the room. That is the worst. And then you turn on the lights to try to find it, and then you just can't see it anywhere. And then the moment you turn off the lights, it goes psst, psst. Yeah, I hate that so much. Gosh. I got tested last year because last year I was being a little slut. That's a way of phrasing it, that's for sure. And happy to say I'm clean, though I almost passed out when they were taking my blood. Understandable. Ice water wouldn't using one of those glue strips work better? I mean, it depends. I guess it's good to have both. Yeah. I tried to catch the flies. Doko tries to bite them instead. Cute. Understandable. Doko's trying as best as he can. What is the name of the law that says the parents of a child over the age of 12 cannot order prescription medication for their child? Oh, the name of it, I don't fucking know, but it's actually 13. 13 is the, parents of a child under the age of 13 are, they have full authority to handle anything that pertains to their children's medication, and they're allowed to see all of the medication that the child has. But once the kid is over 13, there's a lot more restrictions. So parents are no longer able to see or find out exactly all of a kid's medications. It's for the child's safety and also privacy, since teenagers may, for example, have contraceptives, and obviously that's their prerogative if they want to have contraceptives as a teenager, because no matter how you view it, teenagers are going to be horny and they're going to want to fuck each other. That's just an inevitability. And so, since some parents can maybe feel like that's a bit yikes, or they might not be very receptive to that kind of thing, or very sex positive parents, for a child's safety and privacy and peace of mind, parents are no longer allowed to see what kids have, or all of their prescription medication. But if a parent comes in, for example, example, and it's just like, oh, I'd like to pick up this prescription medication for my kid who's 14, and we see that it's a contraceptive. We gotta ask them, like, okay, do you know the exact name of it? Or do you know what it is that your kid needs to pick up? You know, that kind of thing. And if they don't, then we're legally not allowed to specify anything. What the fuck? So then how does she get her medication in that case? I mean, in that case, the kid would either have to come along with the parent and like sign off on it, or, you know, come and pick it up for themselves. Or the parent would have to say specifically, like, oh yeah, no, I'm here to pick up this specific name brand, the one that's on my kid's prescription, because then that would indicate that they, like, you know enough. I think it's very good law, honestly, personally, since, you know, not all kids are in a safe household where they are maybe comfortable enough with sharing these kinds of things with their parents, and maybe their parents would even get violent with them as some sort of, like, you know, punishment for going behind their back and doing these kinds of things. Don't they change the names of the drugs all the time? Yes, they do. But, like, the name written on the prescription stays the same, but the actual name of the medicine that you'd get out might vary from month to month. It's a whole system. In Sweden, we have something called periodens vara, which means, like, product of the month, I guess. Yeah, sounds smart, because it offers safety for children with bad parents. Exactly, yes. But every month we have a not a company, but rather a part of the government, I guess, called TLV, which means, like, Tand- och läkemedelsverket. So basically the ministry for, like, dentistry and medicine. And so every single month this ministry will kind of, like, go through all medications with different companies and decide which product, which medicine should be discounted for the month. And it varies every single month because it's kind of like, I guess, a way to give each and every single individual drug company the chance to have their product be the star of the show of the month. And so whenever you go to the pharmacy in Sweden to pick up a medicine, and you'll be like, oh yes, I would like Alvedon, which is paracetamol, a name brand. We might ask you, okay, we see that you have Alvedon written on your prescription. That's a specific name brand. Would it be okay to switch to a generic version or a different brand, which is like the brand that's highlighted for this period? Yeah. And that is also the one that is, like, included in the läkemedelsförmån. Fuck, what are these words in English? I don't know. So that's why you get 2+ in the Apoteket app. Yeah. And then if you say that, no, I'd really rather have the specific brand that my doctor said, we could maybe say that, like, okay, but your doctor has said that it's okay for you to change because it doesn't actually have any significance clinically. Förmån benefits, yeah, the medicine benefits, I guess. I don't really feel like that translates quite well, but yeah, something like that. But if you want, like, that specific brand, you would have to pay the, like, price difference between the brand that you want and the brand that's, like, included in the benefit for the month, I guess. And sometimes it can be a huge difference. Sometimes it might not be that bad. That also varies from month to month. It sounds awkward, but it translates to something meaningful. Yes, it does. Also, hi BTS Army, you have so much left. How am I supposed to complete all this in 2 days? Ganbare, you can do it, Vital. That all makes sense to me, yeah, I think it makes sense too. I think it's a good system overall. But obviously sometimes some customers at the pharmacy can maybe be a bit. They can have a bit of friction about it. They might want their specific drug, the one that they've always had for all of these years, and then when we're like, okay, well that's gonna cost extra. Sometimes they're chill with it, sometimes they're not so chill with it. So yeah, but it's a system that's set up in place for a reason, and it's basically for the sake of saving money, so that the state will like provide discounts on important medicine, but that like the price of the medicine is kept as low as possible, basically. And also so that like it's to, I guess, incentivize competition between different pharmaceutical brands and companies that produce these products, since they all want to compete for being the brand with the discounted product, which means that they sell the most units that month and stuff. Deal with prescription drugs in the US for a single month and that mindset will change. Yeah, I mean, I've had some customers coming. I remember one time actually, there was this one customer who came into the pharmacy. He was like Canadian, some exchange student or something, I think. And he was there to pick up, gosh, I don't remember, some sort of antibiotic or something, I guess, maybe. And so we're just talking about how it works and how much it's gonna cost him, you know, and we're like, oh, that's like 150. And we obviously mean 150 crowns, which roughly translates to $15. So it's not that much. And the dude's just like, oh yeah, no, that sounds fine. But he was like full on expecting that to mean 150 US dollars, not Swedish crowns. And so when he sees like the price, he's just like, oh, you meant like crowns. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like dollars. Oh, you know, like he was fully expecting it to be that expensive. And we're just like, oh my god, no, why would it? That's cheap in the US for meds, that's insurance prices. Yeah, the US, like, medicine inflation is just so fucked, bro. What the fuck, genuinely. But yeah, no, he was obviously very happy with himself. Or very pleased that it wasn't that expensive to get his medicine, so yippee yatta. I just get low-key depressed whenever I think about, like, the absolute state of medicine in the US, so I try not to think about it. And also the fact that, like, people over there have to actually pay for their, like, life-saving insulin and stuff also fucks with me. That I truly do not understand, because, like, people with diabetes literally need insulin to survive. They will die without it. And yet it costs them thousands and thousands of dollars to get it. That's weird. That's basically like their lives being held hostage at gunpoint for money's sake. It just baffles me as a European, truly. And I am very happy that I am European. Wasn't there a company that raised prices by like 700% overnight a decade back? Nuts over there. I feel like I remember seeing that, yeah. Inflation. US pays that much every month, probably for insurance, yeah. So when I first moved to Sweden from the US a while back, didn't even have a personnummer yet. I had to get my meds refilled. I think it was 400 crowns total. I could have cried. I'd never seen anything like that because I was so used to the US system. Oh, honey. You've seen some prescriptions go as much as $13 per pill. And that's with insurance. Bro. What the fuck? Unfortunately, some reason why medicine and health insurance is expensive as fuck in the US is due to rules and regulations. And they also don't encourage competition for cure and medicines. They price out the independent market. Yeah. You need like healthy competition to drive down prices sometimes. Just don't be sick for it, I mean. If only it was that easy, right? Land of the free, but absolutely no free healthcare. That'd be crazy, yo. Crazy, truly. Crazy. I was crazy once. They put me in a box. You're gonna need a good ointment for stretch marks once Bjorn and yours baby is born in a few years. Oh my god. That's the most cursed thing you could have ever possibly said, dear god. Silence. Stop it. Is it more cursed than period blood salsa? Okay, no, no, the period blood salsa is probably more cursed, but either way, stop it. Shada Konfwa. Welcome, welcome. Hi, is this model the new debut for your PC then? Oh. The new debut for my PC? Doyokoto. What do you mean by that? Because the model speaks every click and mouse clack when you type fast. It's peak comedy. Also, is it? It's just like a Discord Fugi, actually. So, it's just like moving whenever the microphone picks up on sound. That's also detected in Discord. I didn't really feel like using my VTuber model today since I'd be looking down a lot while studying, so that's why I'm using this instead. Demo kawaii desho. I think it's really cute. The Fogi is only missing the ads. This is true, actually. You should definitely use this model when doing hand cams, also probably foot cam stuff. Okie dokie, and it is really cute, I know, right? Hope you have fun then, Karan since got stuff to do. Hope you have fun if you can. Arigato. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ma. Almost time for weekend, yeah. I can feel my attention span slipping. I'm looking at fucking music videos right now. Fuck. Bleed. I got distracted. Okay. Focus. Focus. We must stay focused, brothers. Missed opportunity to plug your music video since you brought up what you were looking at. Oh yeah, shit, you're right. Everyone, go watch the Fuwatomos music video on YouTube right now. We've gotten over 100 views on it on YouTube, which is sugoi. But we can go even further beyond plus ultra. May, can you give us a sensual ASMR reading one of those giant medicine warnings that come in every fucking box? Oh yeah, like a... Okay, hold on. Just let there. I have one right here. Of course I have one in handy. Who do you think I am? Backseat, baby. Let's see. It's all in Swedish though. Read it in Danish. No, there's no Danish version, sadly. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to actually try to be somewhat productive. Instead of reading this that has nothing to do with my test, I'm going to read stuff from my study material to you guys. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Right, I did also have that I wanted to write down. Sprututbytesverksamhet. Very sexy, very sensual. Sprututbytesverksamhet. Lag om utbyte av sprutor och kanyler. SFS 2006:323. Villkor för utbyte av sprutor och kanyler. En spruta eller en kanyl får lämnas ut av regionen endast om en begagnad spruta eller kanyl samtidigt lämnas in. Utlämnande får dock ske om det finns särskilda skäl till varför motsvarande begagnade sprutor och kanyler inte kan lämnas in. That's so sexy. Sprutor eller kanyler får lämnas ut endast till den som har fyllt 18 år. Utlämnande får ske endast vid personligt besök. Lag 2022:908. Så byte av använda sprutor får endast göras om man är 18 år eller äldre. Och det utförs inte på apotek. So basically this is a law that says, that's talking about sprutor. It's like needles, for injections and stuff like that. In Sweden we have something called needle exchange program, which means that people who maybe suffer from like drug abuse and usage of intravenous drugs, narcotics, and other such things are able to go to one of these the places that are part of the needle exchange program to exchange their used needles for new ones for no price at all. It doesn't cost anything as long as they're above the age of 18. It's basically to prevent the spreading of bloodborne and sexually transmitted diseases like HIV and hepatitis and stuff like that. And it's also a way for healthcare workers to kind of be able to monitor people who also suffer from drug abuse and these kinds of things. Maybe people who live on the street and don't really have easy access to healthcare. Because then they're able to maybe form some sort of connection to the people who come in to exchange needles and maybe kind of help veer them onto the right path of moving away from their drug abuse and getting them in contact with healthcare workers and resources that are helpful for people who are suffering and struggling with drug abuse. It's really good, actually. Yeah. I actually worked for many years at a pharmacy that was in connection to a hospital and also right next to one of those needle exchange sites. And so many times we'd get people coming in asking oh, hey, where's the needle exchange place? And I'd just be oh, right, it's right around the corner, I never actually worked at one of those needle exchange things because I'm pretty sure only nurses and stuff like that are allowed to work there. Maybe pharmacists can too, but but yeah, so I've kind of seen that, it's really cool, and it's all obviously really, really good because we want to be able to reduce the spreading of those kinds of diseases as much as humanly possible. Yeah. Sexually transmitted diseases are something Twitch watchers need to worry the least about. These are popular programs in the US. I think it's wonderful. I think it's a really, really good thing just in general. And also because I guess it helps destigmatize these kinds of issues, and helps humanize the people who are struggling with drug abuse and also getting them in contact with people who can help them, healthcare workers, programs, resources, all of that kind of stuff, because otherwise a lot of the time, because of the shame, humiliation, and stigmatization of these topics, people might be very hesitant about reaching out and finding help. So it being a very casual thing and widely available, that they can just, go to one of these centers, get new needles so they don't have to worry about bloodborne diseases, and also reusing needles is not good for you because with each use they become duller and duller and dirty, and that also increases the risk of infection by a lot, just like not necessarily of bloodborne stuff, but like just bacterial infection and stuff in general. Yeah. Heroin and fent are major problems in the US, and I'm sure these programs have saved so many lives. Yes, most likely. People are scared they're gonna get the cops called on them, so they end up in a worse place. Yeah, basically. Hope you're enjoying yourselves, Fuwatomos. As someone who can stand ASMR, I'm only here to keep my watch streak. Hi, Toiraxi. I mean, we're basically only whispering, so. But yeah, I get it. But in Sweden, you would have to be 18 years old to be allowed to partake in one of these like needle exchange programs. And in order to get new, fresh needles, you also have to bring in old ones. And they're technically only allowed for like yourself. You're not allowed to bring in needles and get new ones for the sake of someone else. They have to be for your own use. What if you're under 18 and an addict then? It's going to be a bit harder, but I do think that like it depends a bit, I guess. But I'm pretty sure that a lot of these programs and things kind of make exceptions for the sake of safety. But it is treated as a bit of a different thing, I guess. You know? I also have a phobia for syringes, sprinkles, understandable. After you finish school, are you kind of stuck working in apotheke type places, or can you work for pharma companies too, doing things like safety labeling, etc.? I'd be able to do basically anything, really. Basically, there's actually two different educations for pharmacy in Sweden. One is apotekare and one is receptarie. Receptarie is a 3-year education, apotekare is a 5-year one. And I'm doing the latter, apotekare. And basically they kind of equate to doing a like bachelor's versus a master's in like, you know, complexity and also amount of time spent studying. And I mean, you can do a lot with both of those educations, but generally speaking, if you're a receptarie, you're a bit more limited in what you can do. So a lot of receptarie, I guess, generally end up simply working at like pharmacies. Some also do work in healthcare. But if apotekare can do a bit more stuff, like they can oftentimes obviously also work in pharmacies, healthcare, but also work in the pharmaceutical industry, working with like production, research and development, any sort of thing there. You can also do stuff within like biotech, and also do research. Yeah, you can work in pharma R&D, yes. I'm not really sure if I want to though, to be honest, because I feel like then I'd end up married to my job, and I don't know if I want that. I'm already married to VTubing. I don't need to be married to 2 jobs. It still sounds like you're saying healthcare. Healthcare. Just stay in Sweden and you'll be fine. I mean, yeah. You can also do research, get a doctorate, like a PhD. If if I can't see her waifus, she would cry. Exactly. Like, I think, at the very least right now, where I am in life, I'd want a job that will basically just give me the freedom of focusing on my VTubing when I'm not working, you know? Like, I would prefer to have a job where I can honestly just, like, go to work, do work, go home, and then just drop it, and then I can focus on my VTubing. Do you do any informatics as part of this degree program? Oh, like bioinformatics? I did actually take a course on bioinformatics, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. I just did it for the, like, because I needed the credits. You can do bioinformatics stuff, but it's not really a massive part of the pharmaceutical education. Yeah. I read where the school ended up getting sued over their drug-free policy because they went hard ass on it and even confiscated students' asthma, diabetic, and allergy EpiPens meds. And student almost died from diabetic shock because they weren't allowed access to their medication. Okay, yeah, no, that's fucked up. Who in their right mind would fucking do that? That's awful. What country was that in? That sounds horrible, genuinely. That's how you kill your students. No wonder they got sued for it. Jesus fucking Christ, bro. That sounds like some America stuff. Yeah, it really does. Any Americans in here old enough to remember Dare? What's that? Never heard of it. It was this program they did in schools where they'd have a police officer come in and tell you not to do drugs and other street knowledge. Ah, I see. What the fuck? Wait. Oops. I accidentally clicked on the wrong thing. Oops. No one saw that. Oops. Whoosh, memory be gone. I see everything. No, you do not. resume my studies in the evening. Might do so. Sounds like a plan. Yeah, I feel like I need some fresh air. My brain is soup, bro. Oh my god. Outside, touch grass. I know. Crazy, crazy stuff. Taking breaks is important too. It is. But well, I think I will end stream here then. Mina arigato. Thank you so much for keeping me company while I was studying. I hope Fuwatomos enjoyed baby's first time doing ASMR. Ganbare. Touch grass or touch ass, porque no los dos, huh? Good luck with the rest of your studies and with the exam too. Yeah. See you tomorrow for karaoke. Yes! Ah, びっくりした. What the fuck? Hello? Why the fuck are they doing fireworks? Now? Hold on. Yeah, I think that's my cue. That's really odd. Yeah, that's weird. I genuinely have no idea, bro. But okay. Stop it, Mo. Yeah, people in this neighborhood really like their fireworks. I don't know why. That's fireworks. Sure, it's not fireworks between a man and a woman. What does that even mean, bro? What? But okay, Yoshimina. Otsuwa. Bye bye. Thank you so much for today. I will leave now. See you tomorrow for some karaoke. Yippee. Sound warning for the raid